Chapter 16, the case of the train track death, talks about the importance of learning the balance between reporting facts and also respecting one's community all in the same while you are publishing a story or a news feed of some sort. So within this chapter, it referred to Rutgers University, and they have a newspaper called the Daily Targum. The newspaper has two editors that were working on a story of a student that had got killed by a train wreck. The editors go by the last names of Williamson and Bristaglia, and these two editors, they decided to basically split the story in half and choose amongst themselves what photos they wanted to run through the story, what they wanted to say. The two editors had found out a little bit later on down the line that they reported the story wrong. They kind of took it and ran with it. Again, they didn't really know what had happened until after their newspaper staff had contacted them the next day after they seen the editorial, and they said, hey, this is actually a story of somebody that committed a suicide. It's not a homeless person that got ran over by a train. It's not, this, it's not that. These are the facts, and you should not have reported the story without actually finding out that this was actually a suicide by a student that attends the school. So because of this whole dilemma, the two editors faced persecution against the people of the school, friends of the person that passed away, and basically like authorities that didn't find the editorial sitting right with them. It wasn't until Williamson had like a coming to Jesus moment and he decided to sit down and pretty much dissect where he went wrong and where the other person went wrong, and he came to find out that the discussion that led to the forming of the journal, or the newspaper rather, it didn't involve enough points of view. It only involved the two editors. So they didn't get enough opinions. They didn't get enough people that said, hey, these are the facts and these are not. They kind of just solidified something amongst a two-sided street. At the end of it all, both Williamson and Bristaglia realized that providing a constant reminder of what it means to serve a community is important, but you can do it in the right way while presenting the news, and that is something that they took out of this experience and learned throughout their college career, as mentioned in the chapter. One important thing that I got out of this is to definitely not jump to conclusions. I used to be really bad at just jumping to something that I thought was right without actually gathering all the information, probably because of lack of patience or wanting to have that satisfaction for myself very early on in the situation. But I feel like when, people are patient and they take time with like laying out all the facts and getting the story right, that is when everything will fall into play in the right way. A way that I'll become more ethical this week is just being patient with myself, being patient with things around me, people around me, when it comes to like my schoolwork or my business, or just random conversations that I have with people, whether that be my peers or authority. Basically just being patient and, just getting my mind situated on, okay, like this is right, but I don't know this yet, so let me hold off until I find out the facts about this, and then I can piece everything together and go ahead and make an ethical decision to do what I have to do.